there's a mass awakening happening. People are waking up to this world that we live in, the society that we live in, to the things that are told to us on the news that we are supposed to just believe and just accept, to what they teach us in school, to what they tell us, certain things come from, like health issues and like how we can't cure cancer and like all these crazy things, right? People are starting to see right through and realize that we've been being lied to.
Welcome to LI on the Rise. It's all about people who are chasing their dreams. And today I'm with a hip hop artist and producer. Please introduce yourself.
Yo, what is going on? My name is Element J. I'm an artist, producer, audio engineer. A little bit. I record myself, mainly an artist and producer. Trying to create a new world that we live in through my music, a higher vibrational one, trying to expand people's consciousness and awaken their soul, awaken their power, to let people know that they're a lot more powerful than they've been told that they are, things like that. I'm all about that kind of stuff, raising consciousness and just making good music that kind of does that for people. So yeah, that's my little intro.
How do you become so passionate with helping people?
Honestly, it's kind of, even before my spiritual awakening, it's kind of been something I was always good at. I was always a very good listener. I always gave good advice to people, even if it was things like that I didn't have much experience in, if you will, or much knowledge in, but based off people telling me whatever their issue or their problem was or things that they needed help with, I always found myself just to give good advice that kind of does correlate with what they're looking for, just naturally. I don't know, I guess it's a gift of mine, but also things just like going through my own struggles and failing myself in certain things, like within music, outside of music, going through life struggles, like all these things kind of built me up to know that even if things get tough, like I'm still enough and I can still achieve anything I put my mind to. I'm still worthy of achieving anything I put my mind to, that I desire, that I want to manifest. So it kind of just came to me naturally. And I guess through, like I said, life experiences and my awakening, that sense kind of just got stronger.
It's cool you're taking that route with it and pushing a good message. And it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me because a lot of people that pursue hip hop, they kind of stay in that box of, the cars, the clothes, the money, the girls.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of like the safe route, I guess.
Uh-huh.
That's, in the box. But
It's a cliche thing to do.
but
Or it's
people think that that's what a hip hop artist is, and you're kind of taking a different road. Like, how's that experience doing that? Like, kind of not doing what all the other artists are doing.
it feels natural to me because it's what I want to do. I didn't become a rapper or start making beats because that shit is cool and I'm trying to, be about money, cars, clothes and hoes or whatever the fuck. Like that stuff is cool. There's nothing wrong with that in a sense. But I guess if you get too wrapped up in that and that's all you're constantly doing is flexing your clothes, your money, cars, girls, and it's fine, but you're not really having an impact on anybody. You're not really changing things. And it's kind of just a low vibrational thing. For me, it was like, I want to make dope music that still can be braggadocious, that I can still flex certain things, but I'm also pushing a positive message that's going to actually help people and actually touch people's hearts and soul and make them feel like they're not alone through whatever they're going through, or just in general. They don't even have to be going through anything. They can be perfectly fine, finding themselves on their journey. But when they listen to my music, it just makes them feel like there is some sort of similar energy of people out there in a tribe and a collective consciousness like them, so they don't feel alone. So that's really my whole thing is, yes, the luxuries that come with being an artist and a producer, they're cool, but I want more than that. I want to give more than that. My soul mission is deeper than that, just to do those things. And so that's why I like to just push a more positive message that can really help people. And I think people, to answer your question, I feel like I didn't even answer your question at all. People get into this thinking they have to do that, play that safe route out of fear, because they think that if they go, push against the grain, that they might be looked at as corny or the odd one out or somebody who's trying to be different. But what I say is people are going to judge you regardless, whether you're playing it safe or whether you're forging your own path and giving your own message or, taking the cliche route. So you really want to do what's true to yourself and your heart, because if you don't, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that later, which is going to be a lot harder than being a little uncomfortable in the beginning, forging your own authentic path rather than dealing with the consequences of being fake later on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'd say of that.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm so glad you said that on here because like people need to hear that. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
a young hip hop artist, a local hip hop artist might think that's the route to go to stay in the box,
Hmm.
but it's like if that's not really who you are, years down the road, you know, it won't be
You might get a
consistent.
little washed up, man.
Yeah.
You might get a little washed up. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Become something you're not, somebody you're not, being
Mhm.
involved with people that you don't even like, and then you're just really an image at that point. You're not even who you really think you are. You're just playing a character to appease the entertainment industry and these people who don't give two shits about you. It's not as glamorous as it seems. And a lot of people, they might even feel vulnerable thinking like they have to do that. Like it's just no, like get that out of your consciousness and wire the fact that you can be yourself and make whatever kind of music you want, talk about whatever you want, rap about whatever you want. You don't have to fit this rapper persona character to make it. That's like so outdated. That's like early 2010 era kind of thing. Like that's done. Like it's
Mhm.
done. People see right through it.
I've seen a vlog that you had on your YouTube channel. You were
Uh huh.
filming the
Yeah.
behind the scenes of a music video. And towards the beginning of the video, you said, I really feel like I'm becoming the legend I am. The
Yeah.
superstar in me is finally coming out that I always knew was there.
Yeah.
Where does that confidence come from?
That comes from being brave, facing your fears, getting out of your comfort zone. That feeling, I've known it was always there since a kid, since I discovered hip hop and rap music. And I believe I was like 8 or 9, because I grew up in rock and stuff first. And then I found hip hop and rap, and I was playing the drums before that. And then after that, I wanted to like make beats on like the Yamaha keyboards and stuff. And at that age, like I felt like I was a star already. Once I discovered that and I discovered my talent with this at a very young age, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I need to be on stage, all the attention at me. Like, I got to be performing. Like, I have something great to give to show to the world. And that kind of got lost in me throughout the years of growing up. And then when I first started making music, I didn't feel that as much anymore. My confidence was very low. My self esteem was low. I knew I made good beats. I knew once I found my talent later on as an artist, I knew I could rap and I could sing and my voice was there. It wasn't as developed, but it wasn't until putting in the work and getting out of my comfort zone and just being myself as authentically as I could be up until this point that I start feeling that way. So that's what I mean by like I feel the legend that I am is finally coming out. The superstar within me is finally coming out because now I feel like I'm ready. I put in the work. I've practiced, developed my craft, my sound through my voice, my skills. I've just been trying to make them as good as I can. And now I know that I'm at a point where the sound is there, the quality is there, and the energy is there too. It's not even always just the sound, it's the energy. Because I feel like couple of years ago, I did still have the sound, maybe not as good as I have it now, but the energy wasn't quite there. And I didn't feel like that superstar because I didn't have the confidence. I didn't love myself. I wasn't comfortable with myself enough to feel that way. So that came from trying things, going out, doing shows, performances, collaborating with people, trying different things, staying in the studio, and also learning my soul and kind of just my subconscious realm and seeing what's in there that doesn't serve me, that's making me something I'm not, that's lower vibrational, and weeding that out and then bringing in things that I do want to feel like confidence and happiness and love and joy and just freedom. You know what I'm saying? Vulnerability just to be myself. So that's what I mean by I feel there's that legendary thing now that I have, like, because I had to find myself through the darkness and the dirt and also while developing my craft that now led to this star, if you will. So
You posted
mhm.
a meme on your Instagram story saying, "Hey, we really like your music. Pay us $300 via Cash App and we'll fly you out to get signed."
Yeah.
Have you been scammed before?
I've been attempted to be scammed before, but I never actually. I wouldn't say never. I've got robbed out of beats like here and there. I got scammed by this one guy who was supposed to be like an artist manager and promoter and stuff, and he said, "If you give me $2,000, I'll get your beats with Tory Lanez and A Boogie and all this shit." And he was around these people too, like he was serious, but he kind of like tricked what he said. He basically said this, like my dad had met him at a sushi bar somewhere with his best friend. And they met. He's like, yeah, my son does music. Gave him my contact info, and he said $2,000. I'll get your beats like everywhere. Like I got a session coming up soon with A Boogie, Tory Lanez. I'll show them to them. This and that. So he said he guaranteed it, basically the way he said it. He didn't say I could just show it to them and if they decide they want it, it's a go. Like he guaranteed it being able to happen. Gave him the $2,000. He was supposed to get me on This Is 50. Like I said, get my beats to them and other artists, and he basically just didn't follow through with any of it. And then basically told me afterwards, well, I can't make them do anything. I couldn't guarantee it, but I'm like, bro, it's not what you said, you know? So I got scammed kind of in a way that one time. I've got robbed for a beat. A couple artists never ended up paying me. And that's when I learned, like, okay, don't trust so much. Get paperwork ready. Do it the right way. Things like that. But no, I get emails all the time like, oh, hey, we listen to your music. You know, we want to sign you. We are A&R. We're an A&R from this place. We love what you're doing. But they never specify like what song they listen to, what it is about me that they like. And there's always a fee. If someone truly wanted to invest in me, they wouldn't charge me to invest in me. It doesn't even make sense. Like, if they see potential and they see the talent that's like gonna bring them money, they're gonna want to grab me for free. They're gonna fly me out for free. They're gonna be, don't worry about it. You don't gotta, like, we'll give you like $3,000 and just keep that with you. So you got pocket money. Like, we're gonna work with you. We're gonna get you around people. That's how it should really be. But a lot of people just like email scams and DMs saying crazy shit. But that's the kind of day and age we're in now. You just gotta have clear sight.
You have a song called Hate Me, and there's a speech in the middle, and you basically say when people throw hate, negativity your way, that's how they really feel about themselves.
Yeah.
Now, that's really interesting to me because when people talk about haters, a lot of people say, oh, those people are jealous. But you went a step further and you're like, dude, they're hating on you. They really hate themselves. And I haven't heard it explained like that. Do you have haters?
Yeah, bro, I've had haters my whole life, and I'm not even trying to be like cocky at all, but I really did. People, when I was young, I used to have very long curly hair. People used to say I look like Troy Polamalu, not in a bad way, but a lot of like the people would just, kids around me my age would just make fun of me. They just looked at me weird. Like in elementary school, in middle school, they definitely started to look at me weird because it's like, okay, now it's middle school. We're getting one step up closer to high school and being older. And I was this kid wearing, like, dressing like a skater and wearing Osiris's with this long curly hair with the red jeans on and like a band shirt. Like, people looked at me crazy. Everyone else was wearing Jordans or were just dressing like Abercrombie and fucking all that kind of shit, Hollister, and I was dressing different. Like, so people kind of just thought I was weird. I feel like my whole life in a sense. So I feel like I always did have haters and people always trying to tell me when I started making music, everybody made fun of me for it. People that I went to school with that like we'd go to parties together, they would always find the time to start roasting me about making beats and like think that I'm never gonna be shit and like who do I think I am and all these things. So they would look at someone like me who's just being myself, being different, not trying to be different. I just was different, and they would just hate, just make fun of me, throw shade, clown me, roast me, gang up on me, whatever it was. And that just goes to show when you're doing that, it's because there's internally something off about yourself. You're seeing something in me that you don't have, and it's coming from a place of just a lack of self-love. And that's what I mean. Like when they're throwing hate and negativity at you, they're suffering, because a person who is whole and healed and happy and comfortable and love themselves, they don't do that. They just spread more of what they already got to other people. And it works the other way. So if you're not loving yourself, you hate your fucking self in your life and you're not confident, then you look to kind of bring other people down, because misery loves company in a way. And also it makes them feel better. That's how they feel better, but it's not actually feeling better. It's just making them feel even worse. So yeah,
that's a really good perspective on it, man. And I definitely agree with the whole, like, someone loving themselves, they don't spread more of that hate. Like, I don't know if you watch the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't know if you're
not
familiar.
that much. Like, I know it. I definitely know what it is, but I don't watch it. Like, I don't watch a lot of things. Like, I don't know. I'm always either creating or like I watch certain things, but I definitely know the podcast. Yeah.
But he was basically saying, like, you don't have a successful person going on YouTube being like, you suck. Like, it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't, bro. For real. Not at all. The people who are successful, I mean, not all of them, but they want to show people how to become successful, or just like they believe in people. There's a sense of self-belief that they have within themselves, and people like that, they, for the most part, they don't go around putting other people down and shit, So,
and I'm surprised that you have like some haters for the music, because I think you make really good songs. Like, I really like
appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, dude. I like Won't Give Up. I've been feeling drained, but I swear I won't give up. It's like really relatable.
Facts.
Solid.
Yeah.
I gotta stay solid. No, I won't fold up. Like I
Yeah.
relate to it so much because like I'm working hard on this podcast all the time. So it's like,
Hell yeah.
and even how you said like I've been feeling drained, but I won't give up. It's like so relatable. It's like very
That's what I'm saying. Like anybody can
motivating.
relate to that in any
Yeah.
kind of sense. It's a universal thing. Like
Yeah.
because
And
everybody
like
goes through shit.
exactly. And you have really good beats and you have really good hooks. Like
Mhm.
they're quality. So I'm surprised that
Yeah.
anyone could even hate on the music.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't always like that. Although I wouldn't say I was ever really bad, but I've definitely made some fucking bad songs. Where like they're not bad songs, they just sounded corny. I think people they don't like the sound necessarily, or like maybe certain parts of my delivery sound a little weird or corny to people, so they don't like it. Or maybe it's just like they think the message I'm spreading is corny for whatever reason, and they'd rather me talk about what most other rappers talk about or other things. But at the end of the day, I don't even focus on those kinds of people anymore. I know that some of them are still there, of course, and there's always going to be people who don't like your shit, no matter how good you are, no matter what you're doing. But I just focus on the people who do resonate with what I'm doing, and I just hope that it reaches as many of those people as possible all around the world. So, because not everybody's always going to like your shit. Even still now, like some people like they don't fuck with my music, and I know, and I'm like, it's cool. So, it's what it
Yeah.
is, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's facts, man. That's
Yeah,
facts. Especially because everyone wants to, get big and famous and blow up. It's like, oh man, you're gonna have a lot of criticism. That you're right. Like
facts.
someone's always gonna say something. So
You got to be okay with that, 100%.
yeah,
Be able to just brush it off,
exactly.
because it really
Uh,
doesn't mean anything. Like, just an opinion.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I want to jump into your song "Chosen."
Okay.
All right, this is a powerful song. So there's a
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
There's a speech in the beginning of that song, and you say, "It's finally time. The chosen ones stand up. Together we will rise to a new beginning, a new earth, a new age. Running this shit." And you also
Yeah.
say in that song, "Put the youth on my back. I'm chosen."
Yeah.
Can you explain where that came from and that message and everything?
100%. So for the past few years, I mean, it's been happening for longer, but I think because we're in this age of like information now and free information everywhere, it's in the internet, it's in the palm of our hands, right? So there's been a lot of people having these awakenings, like how I was talking about my spiritual awakening when my life changes. Part of myself awakened that I had never felt before in 2017, and it was spiritual because it was not like a physical thing. It was like a feeling. There was something within me of energy that awakened, and I started experiencing things and like hearing things, but not with my ears, like and seeing things, but not with my eyes, and feeling and being able to sense and predict things, and like gaining superpowers, if you will, and having this very clear understanding of being able to see through things in this world that we live in and the way certain things are set up. So there's a mass awakening happening. People are waking up to this world that we live in, the society that we live in, to the things that are told to us on the news that we are supposed to just believe and just accept, to what they teach us in school, to what they tell us, certain things come from, like health issues and like how we can't cure cancer and like all these crazy things, right? People are starting to see right through and realize that we've been being lied to, we've been being deceived and manipulated with fear, with just a lot of negativity, low vibrational things, keeping everybody stuck in our lower centers, right? Our survival centers, chakras, if you will. I just call them energy centers now. So that song is just about being a chosen one, and being a chosen one just means to be an awakened one. You awaken to your power. You awaken to your sense of self. You awaken the divinity within you. God is not this thing outside you that's watching over you, judging you, whether you're going to go to heaven or hell. God is within you. The universe is within you. Your angels are within you. We're connected to this infinite source of the universe, and we're just a blimp of it experiencing itself. And it's like this eternal present moment. And when you know that, you kind of free yourself and you expand your consciousness, and you're able to understand things that you would have never thought, or experience things you would have never experienced. And that's what's happening right now. And that's why like you see a lot of positive changes in the world as well as negative changes, but there's also a lot of positive things happening. Like they're trying to censor more people because people are speaking their voice more, because people are enlightening each other more. People are starting to realize that like a lot of these fast food or like the American standard diet and certain ways of eating and doing things have been killing us slowly, but we've just been programmed to think that that's the norm. Consuming certain things, watching certain things, going certain places, like even whether they resonate with us or not, like school, like people go to school, like school is an indoctrination center. Like you have to, all you learn is what they teach you, and you just have to be obedient and just shut up and just do as you're told and learn what you got to learn. And there's no form of self-expression or finding ourselves to offer what we truly have to the world, because the people running this shit don't want that to happen, but people are waking up. So that song is just about this massive awakening that's happening, consciousness being expanded and raised, and things becoming normal that seem almost like alien like or like mystical and magical becoming normal, because this is a part of us that just has been suppressed for a lot of years. So that's what that song is about. Yeah. I don't know if I explained that well. I feel like I kind of went off on a tangent, but I think I did. I don't know.
What I got out of that explanation is that
uh,
Element J for president.
yeah. Yo, honestly, bro, like that's what I'm saying. Like even like fuck a president, bro, because like what like all these things, all these constructs and people of power, like they're not doing anything for us. And people are just being hypnotized and just thinking that the power is outside of us. We can't do shit. But like once we take our power back and we realize how powerful we are, that's how we can become the changes that we want to see. And not even change this world, just create a new one, a better one. And people are now, their consciousness is entering a new collective, a new energy where they're now experiencing different things that are higher vibrational, that are happy, that are what am I fucking trying to say? Just more harmonious and coherent, right? Like we've been living these lives of just constant stress and obligation and responsibilities, and just everything is about surviving, but nothing is about like knowing ourselves and emotional intelligence and learning our souls and all these things. So that's what's happening right now, and that's what I'm all about. There's not a lot of people like me around me, very few, single digits, if that, like barely. So when I do have these kinds of conversations, it even sometimes like as I'm speaking right now, I'm like, damn, like I know a lot low key, and I don't even realize it because I'm not always having these conversations, but I know I've obtained so much knowledge and wisdom that I have so much to share that I forget sometimes because I'm not even talking about it like that with people and having conversations or interviews like this, you know what I'm saying? So like it shocks me too. I'm gonna after this interview be like, damn, like this is like I feel different now. I feel, a bit more energy and just my mind expanded even a little more just from hearing myself and talking with you and shit. So definitely.
Dude, you should have your own fucking podcast, man.
I was thinking about it. I had the opportunity to be a part of a podcast with a few of my friends, but I was like, let me wait on that because with everything I'm trying to do right now, I don't want to get torn in between too many things. Because my main thing is like I'm trying to be the biggest fucking artist in the world. Like I'm not trying to be like a mid-tier artist. I'm not also trying to be like a A1 celebrity or A-list celebrity. But I'm trying to be big and huge just from doing what I'm doing right now and spreading my message. So it's like picture like X or Juice, how they were. Like they were huge. Like when they came up, and I'll be honest, I really feel like since them, I haven't really heard that many artists who really shook the world the way they did. And kind of in a positive way. Although Juice WRLD, his music it wasn't so positive, it was at least real though. People were able to relate to it, even though there was a lot of drug glorification, there was also a lot of realness behind it, and him talking about how he's suffering, he's depressed, and he has a problem. It's not just like, oh, I'm just taking drugs and it's fun. No, he had a fucked up problem. But people resonated with that. People that help people get out of their depression or made people not feel alone. X was on the same kind of shit I was. Once he awakened, once he had this positive transformation within himself, he was trying to change the world and do all these things. But he was with a label, so like that could only go so far. So my goal is like I'm trying to be the biggest while obtaining or retaining my freedom, still having my freedom, but impacting the world the way I am and being as big as I possibly can be. So I didn't want to like put too much energy into a podcast where I got to keep up with it and being a part of it and certain things. I'm like, let me just fully hone in on the music and the message right now. And then I can be on podcasts in the future, or in the future, I can start a podcast or do other things. But like, let me make the music the main thing first, and then everything else will kind of just fall into place.
Yeah, I completely understand, man. But
Yeah.
dude, with your mindset and your work ethic, like something's gonna happen, bro. Just keep pushing. For
Yeah,
sure.
bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
I appreciate you taking the time and speaking with me. And I think
Oh
this
yeah.
was like a really inspiring, enlightening episode. It was crazy.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I got more to go. I'm surprised we're ending it now. I can talk all night, but no, I know how it goes. It's totally fine. Yeah. No,
Bef-
it was a pleasure, bro, for real.
of absolutely, bro. And before we wrap it up, just let all your followers know just like any new stuff you got going out, coming out, and
Mm.
where they can follow you.
Yeah, so you can follow me on all social media platforms. Twitter too. I'm not that active on Twitter. I think I should start getting more active on Twitter though, because it's a bit more personal with fans and stuff. But you can follow me on Instagram at elementj_. You could add me on Snapchat at element.j. TikTok is elementj. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everything Element Space J. There's another Element J, a couple, fake ones that we're working on kind of not getting rid of. I'm getting my name trademarked so that they have to change their name because I'm the real fucking Element J. But you can follow me on everywhere, all streaming platforms, like I just said. New song, True to Myself, coming out very, very, very soon, like within the next, I want to say 2 months tops, if that. With the music video, and it's gonna be everywhere, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out Shot by AHM, right?
Yo,
He's the
shot
guy.
by AHM. Yes, he is the videographer. He's filming it, he's editing it, and he's also putting on for Long Island Crazy. That's honestly why I chose him to do it, because I'm like, he's already doing this thing. He's gaining a buzz. And he's had it for a while, and that puts Long Island more on the map, and just like it helps each other, and then that's gonna help me be able to put Long Island on the map even more. So definitely go fuck with them. Whoever's watching this, artist, whatever it is. If you need a music video, if you need a photo shoot, definitely go fuck.
Yep. And if you're trying to listen to some fire music, go fuck with Element J's tracks.
No doubt. A
Hmm.
whole lot of more new music coming soon. Like too, like I feel like a lot of my catalog. I don't have a lot of songs out. Like so this year, especially going into the second half of this year, I want to really start just dropping as many songs as I can because I want to update my catalog and show people what I sound like now and not 4 or 5 years ago. So a lot of new music on the way. New music video and song True to Myself coming out very soon. Also a giveaway coming out soon. We're going to be giving away some hoodies, Element J hoodies, and a PlayStation, whatever the newest one is for. I don't play games like that much anymore, but PlayStation 4 giveaway coming also very soon. So if you want a free PlayStation, follow me, and we're going to be blending the details out on that soon. And yeah.
Yo, I'm entering that shit.
Hell yeah, bro. Who the fuck wouldn't?
Yeah.
For real, right? That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be real simple. It's gonna be like, follow me, tag this person, tag 3 friends, and then you're in. Like, there's no fee. They don't gotta pay anything. Just leave a couple comments and stuff. Follow me, and then you might win a PlayStation 3 or 4. Sorry, not 3. Or is it 5? Is it PlayStation 5 now? I have no idea.
The newest one is the 5.
The 5. So yes, it'll be the 5 then. Because I'm not like the biggest gamer anymore. I play Skate 3 once in a blue moon on my Xbox 360. Like that's it. So yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you again
Yo,
for doing this, man. Appreciate you.
thank you for having me, bro. It's been a pleasure.